Let's move to the next question. In this question, a boy is cycling such that the wheels of the cycle are making 140 revolutions per minute and the diameter of the wheel is 60 centimeters. What we supposed to find is the speed of the cycle in 1 hour. Let's work out the problem. Diameter of the wheel is 2r, which is 60 centimeters. We have given number of revolutions made by the wheel in 1 minute, that is 140. If we look at the question, we have given data, that is number of revolutions per minute, and we are asked to find the speed in hours. So we convert number of revolutions per minute into number of revolutions per hour by multiplying 140 with 60. Therefore, we have 140 times 60. For one complete revolution of the wheel, the distance travelled by the wheel is the circumference of the wheel. Therefore, we have circumference of the wheel, let it be C, which is equal to 2 pi r. We know the value of pi, which is 22 upon 7. We have 2r. The value of 2r is 60 centimeters. By multiplying the numerators, the product of 22 and 60 is 1320, which is divided by 7. This is the circumference of the wheel. Let us find the speed of the cycle in 1 hour. It is equal to the total distance travelled by the cycle in 1 hour. We already find out for one complete revolution, distance travelled by the wheel is the circumference of the wheel. For 140 revolutions, the total distance travelled by the cycle in 1 hour is 140 times 60 multiplied with its circumference. By simplifying this, we get the speed of the cycle. The value of C is 1320 upon 7. Look at the numerators and denominators. 7 is a common factor, so 7 goes in 140 20 times. The product of 20 and 60 is 1200, which is multiplied with 1320. Here we have the speed in centimeters per hour. The product is 15,84,000. To convert the speed from centimeter per hour to kilometers per hour, we have to divide 15,84,000 with 10 power 6 in order to get the speed in kilometers per hour. By simplifying, we get the speed is 15.84 kilometers per hour. This completes our solution. Therefore, we get the product 15,84,000. In order to convert these units, that is centimeter per hour into kilometers per hour, we have to divide this with 10 power 5. We get the units in kilometers per hour. It is because 1 kilometer is equal to 10 power of 5 centimeters. On rearranging, we get 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power of minus 5 kilometers. On simplifying this, we get the speed, that is 15.84 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the speed of the cycle is 15.84 kilometers per hour. This completes our solution. Let's move to the next question. In this question, we have the horizontal distance between two poles is 15 meters and the angle of depression of the top of the first pole as seen from the top of the second pole is 30 degrees and the height of the second pole is 24 meters. We have to find out the height of the first pole, and we have given to use the value of root 3, that is 1.732. Let's work out the problem. Now consider the two poles, first pole and second pole. In the beginning, we have given the distance between two poles is 15 meters. So the distance between them is 15 meters. We initially don't know which pole is higher or which is smaller. But in this case, we have given the angle of depression of the top of the first pole when observed from the top of the second pole is 30 degrees. That means we have to raise our head to look at the top of the first pole by standing on the top of the second floor. So we can say that first pole is higher than second pole. Therefore, the angle of depression which is given 30 degrees. Here the observer is on the top of the second pole and he is viewing the top of first pole. So we form angle of depression with is 30 degrees. Let us take AB be the first pole and CD be the second pole. Now let us draw a horizontal line parallel to AC passing through D. And this line intersects AB at E. Here we have parallel lines, that is BB dash and DE, and BD is transversal. So in a transversal, alternate angles are equal, so it is also 30 degrees. Therefore we have angle B dash BD which is equal to angle BDE which is 30 degrees. And we have given the distance between two poles is 15 meters. So the distance between AC or ED is 15 meters. Another condition is the height of the second pole is 24 meters. Therefore, we have second pole is DC. We take it as CD. This height of second pole CD is 24 meters. What we supposed to do is we have to find out the height of first pole. We know the height of second pole which is CD 24 meters and it is equal to AE, but we don't know the height EB. To get EB we have to use trigonometric ratios. Let us assume BE is equal to x meters. Then the height of the first pole is 24 plus x meters. Now let us find the value of x using triangle BED. Consider triangle BED. In this triangle we know the perpendicular which is BE and we have it x centimeters and the base is ED. It is given 15 meters. So which trigonometric ratio we have to use? We will use tan. It is because we will use tan. Therefore tan 30 degrees is the ratio of perpendicular to its base. The perpendicular is BE. Base of triangle BED is ED. We have BE is x meters and ED is 15 meters. From the tables we have the value of tan of 30 degrees which is 1 upon root 3. By cross multiplication or by transposing 15 to left hand side we get 15 upon root 3 which is equal to x. On rearranging we get the value of x is 15 upon root 3. Here we have its value in meters. To rationalize, that is to eliminate root 3 from the denominator, we have to multiply both numerator and denominator with root 3. So here we are multiplying both numerator and denominator with root 3. Then we get numerator is 15 root 3 and denominator is root 3 times root 3 is 3. If you look at numerator and denominator, 3 is a common factor. So 3 goes in 15 5 times. We get the value of 15 upon root 3 is 5 root 3. In this question we have given the value of root 3 which is 1.732. Therefore 5 times 1.732 is approximately 8.66 meters. Thus we get the value of x. Therefore, the height of first pole is 24 meters plus x meters. We have x is 8.66, so we substitute its value and we get total height of first pole is 32.66 meters. This completes our solution. Let's move to the next question. In this question, we have to prove that the points 7, 10 and -2, 5 and 3, -4 are the vertices of an isosceles right angle triangle. Let's work out the problem. Let us consider an isosceles right angle triangle. Here we have isosceles right angle triangle. Let A, B, C be the given points. Then we have A is 7, 10, B is -2, 5 and C is 3, -4. We have to prove A, B, C are the vertices of isosceles right angle triangle. One of the way to prove A, B, C are vertices of isosceles right angle triangle is to use the properties of isosceles right angle triangle. Here we have two properties. In the first property, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the square of two sides. That means here we have a hypotenuse and the square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of the square of other two sides. For a triangle to be an isosceles triangle, any two sides must be equal. That means side 1 is equal to side 2. To prove triangle ABC is an isosceles right angle triangle, we have to find out the distances between sides, that is AB, BC and AC. To find these distances, let us consider the distance formula. If A, x1, y1 and B, x2, y2 are 2 points in a plane, then the distance between AB is small d, which is equal to square root of sum of the difference between x coordinates and difference between y coordinates. By using this formula, we can find out the distance between any 2 points. Let us take points AB and find out the distance between AB, that is equal to side of triangle ABC. Let's apply the distance formula. Here x1 is 7 and y1 is 10 and x2 is -2 and y2 is 5. Therefore, AB is equal to under root sum of the square of difference between x coordinates. Here we have x is 7, so 7 minus of -2 whole square plus difference between y coordinates. Here we have 10 minus 5 whole square under root. 7 minus of -2 is 7 plus 2, which is 9 whole square. 10 minus 5 is 5 and we have 5 whole square, which is equal to 9 square is 81 and 5 square is 25. Sum of 81 and 25 is 106. Therefore, side AB is equal to root of 106. Similarly, let us find the length of the side BC. In this case, we have x1 is -2 and y1 is 5 and x2 is 3 and y2 is -4. Let's apply the distance formula. Therefore, BC is equal to under root sum of the square of difference between x coordinates. Here we have -2 and -3 whole square. Similarly, difference between y coordinates 5 minus of -4. Here we must be very careful while applying distance formula. It is because small change in plus or minus will bring difference in the answer. Therefore, we have -2 and -3 is -5 whole square and 5 minus of -4 is +4. Therefore, 5 plus 4 is 9 whole square. -5 whole square is 25 and 9 whole square is 81. Therefore, sum of 25 and 81 is 106. So we have the length of side BC is under root 106. Similarly, let us find length of side AC using distance formula. In this case, x1 is 7 and y1 is 10 and x2 is 3 and y2 is -4. Therefore, the distance between A and C is under root difference between x coordinate whole square, that is 7 minus 3 whole square, plus difference between y coordinates whole square, 10 minus of -4. Let's simplify this. 7 minus 3 is 4 whole square and 10 minus of -4 is plus 4. Therefore, 10 plus 4 is 14 whole square. We know 4 square is 16 and 14 square is 196. Sum of 16 and 196 is 212. Therefore, the length of side AC is under root 212. Therefore, two sides are equal, that is AB is equal to BC and AC is greater than two sides. Then our hypotenuse becomes AC. In this triangle ABC, we have side AB is equal to BC. Let us find the hypotenuse square, which is AC whole square is 212. And we have the square of other two sides, that is AB square is 106 and BC square is 106. Sum of square of AB and BC is 106 plus 106, which is equal to 212. This value is equal to hypotenuse square. Therefore, in triangle ABC, we have hypotenuse square, which is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, and two sides are equal. Therefore, we can say that ABC are vertices of an isosceles right angle triangle. In this problem, we have to find out in what ratio does the y-axis divides the join of -2, 1 and 4, 5. We have to find out the coordinates of the point of intersection. Let's work out the problem. First of all, we will assume A -2, 1 and B 4, 5 be the given points. Let P x, y be any point on y-axis which divides the joining of AB in the ratio k:1. That means the join of AB is divided by a point P whose coordinates are x, y and it lies on y-axis. The ratio is k:1. By using section formula, we can find out the value of k. Therefore, we have the coordinates of P are kx2 plus x1 divided by k plus 1 and y coordinate is ky2 plus y1 divided by k plus 1. Here x1, y1 and x2, y2 are A and B. Since the point lies on y-axis, its x-coordinate should be equal to 0. Equating x-coordinate to 0 because P lies on y-axis. Then we have kx2 plus x1 divided by k plus 1, which is equal to 0. That implies kx2 plus x1 is equal to 0. Let us substitute the value of x1 and x2. Here x1 is -2 and x2 is 4. Therefore, k into 4 plus of -2 is equal to 0. By simplifying, we get k times 4 is equal to 2. By dividing both sides with 4, we get the value of k is 1/2. So the required ratio is 1/2. Here we have to find out the coordinates of point of intersection. Since x coordinate is 0, we have to find out y coordinate. By substituting the value of k in y coordinate, we can find out the value of y coordinate. Since k is equal to 1/2, we have y coordinate is 1/2 times y2 plus y1 divided by 1/2 plus 1. Let us substitute the value of y1 and y2. Here y1 is 1 and y2 is 5. Therefore, half of y2, which is 5, plus y1, which is 1, divided by 1 upon 2 plus 1. LCM of both numerator and denominator is 2, so it can be cancelled. And here we have 1 plus 2, and on numerator we have 5 plus 2. Therefore, the value of y coordinate is 7 upon 3. Point of intersection is 0, 7 upon 3. This completes our solution. In this question, we are given a motorboat whose speed is 18 kilometers in still water. It takes 1 hour more to go upstream 24 kilometers than to return downstream to the same spot. We have to find out the speed of the stream. That means the speed through which the water is flowing. Let's work out the solution. Before solving these kinds of problems on speed, first we will define what is speed. Speed is the distance traveled by the body in unit time. Mathematically, speed is the distance traveled by the body in unit time. Using this formula, we can solve this problem. According to the problem, we have given a stream and a boat in stream is traveling with a speed of 18 kilometers per hour and it moves to upstream. It takes some time, and then from this point it comes to the same spot and it takes 1 hour more. So we have to find out the speed of the stream. Let us assume x kilometer per hour be the speed of stream. In this problem, we have given speed of boat is 18 kilometers per hour, and we are also given the distance traveled by the boat to upstream and the distance traveled by the boat to return on the same spot is 24 kilometers. This means the distance traveled by the boat to go upstream at a point is equal to distance traveled by the boat from upstream point to return same spot is same, and it is equal to 24 kilometers. Now let us find the speed of the boat when it goes upstream. Therefore, speed of the boat upstream is 18 kilometers minus 18 minus x kilometers per hour. It is because when the boat sails upwards, its speed is restricted by the flow of stream. Therefore, its speed gets decreased. It is decreased by x times. So we have its actual speed is speed of boat in water minus speed of stream, that is x kilometers per hour. Totally, speed of boat while sailing upwards is 18 minus x kilometers per hour. Similarly, speed of boat when it is coming to the same spot, that is 18 kilometers, 18 plus x kilometers per hour. It is because when the boat sails to the same points, its speed gets increased because speed of stream helps the boat to increase its speed. Therefore, its speed is 18 plus x kilometers per hour. By the definition of speed, we know that speed is the distance traveled by a body in unit time. Therefore, we have the value of time, which is equal to distance divided by speed. Let us find the time taken by the boat to go upstream. It is equal to the distance traveled by the boat to upstream, which is 24 kilometers. Therefore, we have time taken by the boat to go upstream is distance traveled by the boat, which is 24 kilometers. And then we have the speed, that means the speed of upstream, and we have speed when it is traveling upward is 18 minus x kilometers per hour. Therefore, we get the value of time in hours. Let it be 24 upon 18 minus x hours. Similarly, let us find the time taken by the boat to go downward, that means to reach the same spot, and it is equal to the distance traveled by the boat to downstream, which is 24 kilometers, and we have to find the speed of the boat while traveling downstream, and it is equal to 18 plus x kilometers per hour. Therefore, we have 24 upon 18 plus x hours. If we read the question carefully, it is given that a motorboat whose speed is 18 kilometers per hour in still water takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometers upstream than to downstream to the same spot. This means the difference between the time taken to go upstream and time taken to go downstream is 1 hour. So according to the problem, we frame 24 upon 18 minus x minus 24 upon 18 plus x is equal to 1 hour. Let's solve this equation for x, which is equal to speed of stream. By taking 24 common from both numerator, we have 1 upon 18 minus x minus 1 upon 18 plus x, which is equal to 1. Let us take the LCM of denominators. We have the product of the denominators since they are expressions. And on numerator we have 18 plus x minus of 18 minus x. We should be careful while writing the numerators. There should be a minus sign. By transposing this term, that is 18 minus x times 18 plus x to right hand side, we get 24 times 18 plus x. Let us distribute this minus inside the bracket. We have minus of plus 18 is minus 18. Similarly, minus of minus x is plus x, which is equal to 18 minus x times 18 plus x. Here negative 18 and plus 18 cancelled out. 24 times we have x plus x is 2x. Let us simplify this. It is in the form of a minus b times a plus b. So we have a square minus b square, which is 18 whole square minus x square. Let us transpose this x square and 18 square to left hand side. Then we frame a quadratic equation x square plus 48x minus 18 square, which is 324. Let us simplify this quadratic equation for x. Now let us factorize this quadratic equation, and we have constant term is negative 324. Its factors are 18 times 18. It is also 6 times 3 times 6 times 3. If we take here, if we consider, we have negative 18 and here we have negative 6. We have to take factors in such a way that the sum or difference is equal to coefficient of x. So we take negative 6 as it is and we multiply whole stuff, and it have 3 times 6 is 18, 18 times 3 is 54. By adding this 54 to negative 6, we get 48. It is equal to our coefficient of x. So we can write it x square plus 54x minus 6x, and it is negative 324 is equal to 0. From these two terms we take x common, then we have x plus 54, and from here we take negative 6 common, and then we have negative 6 times x plus 54. If we take negative 6 common, we left here x, and from 324 we take negative 6 common, we left with 54, which is equal to 0. Here we take the expression x plus 54 common, and then we have x minus 6, which is equal to 0. To find the value of x, we have to equate these expressions to 0. By equating, we get x is negative 54 or x is 6. Speed of the boat is not in negatives, so we cancel this negative value and we take x is 6. What we assume in the problem is x is the speed of stream. Therefore, we have speed of stream which is x kilometers per hour and it is 6 kilometers per hour. This completes our solution.